Hi there. In this video, I'm going to talk about the newest biopic of the known legend of music, Michael Jackson. But first, I need to go to the movie to see it in order to make the review happening. So, see you guys later.
Let me tell you something.
Hey guys, well, just got out from the movie. I'm going to talk about Michael's past before becoming the king of pop, the struggles that he had, about his brothers, about Joe, about Catherine, and the first recording producers that were involved, plus the lawyer John Branca. But before starting this video, I want to tell everybody, even the ones that have a different opinion about this movie, that it's Michael's love letter to him, to what he meant as a human and as a musician, also as the king of pop. Professionally speaking, what I'm trying to say is that opinions should be left aside just for him, just once, in order to see what he meant as a human and first tries with single hits, the struggles that he had, and watch the movie, and then after you can just increase the opinion. Again, I'm not trying to be forceful towards you, I'm not trying to be obliging you, and in the end it's your own opinion, but what I'm trying to say is, just for the sake of Michael Jackson, we're going to leave the opinions about him and the course of his life aside, that it can be for tomorrow or another day, and just this weekend, just enjoy the movie, enjoy the fruits, the difficulties of his life, and yeah, that's what I'm going to say. Again, I'm not going to spoil everything about this movie because Worldwide just appeared on 22nd of April, and here in Romania just appeared on 24th of April, and I want you guys to go watch it and as always, have your own opinion. I just want to say that first of all, Michael was a human being. Everybody knew his story from documentaries, from books, and maybe from the museums. But experiencing the childhood and what he became, made so much visionary and so much opened the gate of clearance. At that time, during the 60s, before the ending of the first solo concert that he had, he was alongside his brothers and sister and father and mother in Gary, Indiana, which there was very cold. The experience that Joe gave to Michael, even though he said that it was something disciplinary, it was something more of a scary situation. I don't want to say something in order to disrespect Joe as a person and also disrespect Michael as an icon, but I'm trying to say that inflicting those methods cannot give you any silver spoons or silver yeses. No, it just can't. It gives you something else, something different. The meeting between uh, the Jackson 5 and Barry Gordy and Suzanne in the first recording studio in Motown where ABC was born. It was very interesting, very business type situation, yes. And Barry and Michael first formed a relationship, and Michael looked at him as a kinder father that Joe was supposed to be, of course. But again, life, difficulties, challenges, and even those simple mistakes, it will give just bad messages. Of course, just bad messages. After the recording of ABC and some other new songs throughout the end of 60s, beginning of 70s, when the house in Encino was first bought by none other than Joe with the money that Michael and his brothers made. It was a shifting transition from a little kid from Gary, Indiana, to a very popular superstar. A very popular superstar. Now, again, during those 70s when Michael grew, it came the idea of making the first album. It was a hit album. I'm not going to say which album was, of course. What I was trying to continue is that this first album was his first when he felt free, he felt like himself, he felt like creative, and he felt emotional. He felt deep with children, with the people. The respect that he got during those times was wonderful. Of course, Joe, as always, trying to be the center of the first solo success of Michael, putting again family first, which Michael was a little bit scared due to those channeling rememberings of his father's abusive methods that make him who he is, and decided to get a proper team, like a proper lawyer. And there he met John Branca. The relationship between him and the interpretation of character by Miles Teller was sensational, was emotional. Also, the connection between the first businessman that created the first album was emotional, and it can be seen that Michael was a little bit hesitant, wasn't ready at that time. Nope, he wasn't ready at that time. What I'm continuing from there is that Michael and John made a very first touching connection, yes. Again, made him feel like himself, like his own person again, like making his own choices and decisions. And then comes the first idea of the second solo album. And again, the first song of that second solo album. The idea came when a documentary about street gangsters was revealed live, which made the call to the most trusted guard and friend, Bill, that had a lot of connections, and he made a studio about created a studio in that certain location that someone told the thugs down there. It was very beautiful, very sensational. I'm mentioning that Michael was still a child at soul. He fell in love with music, with films and books like Peter Pan, with the Neverland idea, which came throughout his musical career and life. But also came the idea of moving on, of having his own life, having his own choices, having a solo career from now on. But we're not there until the end. What I'm trying to say is that the first song idea came from a news about street thug situation. The second song came from a movie, of course, because sometimes ideas came from favorite movies, from news, from other sources of inspiration. Yep. Now, in regards to the MTV situation, because at that time, MTV haven't allowed people with different color to put some songs about that performer then. But with the persuasion of Michael and John, yes, mostly from John and little and at the right time from Michael, because he still had some problems with trying to open communication, like to communicate widely. He relied on John in order to tell what he needs to be told. And then there was the first promotion at, again, Motown, where all the journey began with none other than Billie Jean. Yep, the third song was Billie Jean, of course. That made a sensational buzz. And then there's that Pepsi commercial accident, which again, it was his father's fault. Yep, it was his father's fault that made that happen. He convinced the promoter of fighting matches to join the music silver lining to be again the top man of the family and be the top abuser of the brothers and again Michael. And straight manipulations he got. Which again wasn't good. Wasn't good because of the Pepsi commercial accident. That scene was an emotion. That scene was a roller coaster of emotions, of pain, of suffering. But again, even when Michael was healing at the hospital, his fans were always there, whenever he was. That meant a lot of respect. Like, a lot of respect. And then in the end, Michael was free from his father. Like, really free. And the first solo tour that he had was none other than that. Yep. All in all, the movie is 10 out of 10. Professionally mistaken. It's 1 trillion out of 10. I'm recommending to all Michael Jackson true fans, new people that want to watch something new, and Michael is the best choice, and wanted to make part of that community of Michael Jackson fans. Even people that sometimes disagree, even if they have own reasons, but again, it's about Michael's love letter to him, to what he was, to what he sent throughout his music, the message that he sent. In the second part of the movie, Michael would continue his solo adventure with the eras of History, Dangerous, Invincible, and the allegations. And then we'll see what happens. Comment down below your favorite Michael movie moment from the eras of the most well-known songs. Like this video, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys.
Yeah. That is what I want the world to feel. Magic.